Hello everybody, welcome to today's video, and the topic I've got for you today is, are you busy but not profitable? Now this sounds like a pretty dry sort of topic, so I'm going to try and give it some flavour if I possibly can. But it's all about time management and productivity and to-do lists and all that stuff, right? And so I promise you I'll try and keep it as light-hearted as I can, even though it's a very important topic, because it can make or break your business, right? Now, let me ask you this. What are you busy doing? Think about that. Think about today. What were you busy doing today? Or maybe for some people, you're just starting your day. So yesterday, okay? What were you busy doing, okay? Was it blogging? Was it doing some online courses? Was it watching Facebook Lives like this one? Was it maybe reading books? Maybe was it attending webinars or seminars? I mean, all those are really good tasks, right? They really are good tasks, but they will increase and improve your skill development. They will not directly generate an income for you. So please be careful, okay? This is the point I'm going to make to you today. There are tasks that are important, but they need to be done after you've done the critical tasks of driving income to your business, right? So today I'm going to share with you 3 income producing activities that must come first in all your activity, all your tasks. And then I want to talk about why to-do lists don't work, okay? My name is Peter Beckenham, the Village Marketer, and as always, talking to you from my little Thai village way up near the Cambodian border, where we need water badly, to be quite frank with you. Let me get started, okay? And by the way, if you think that I have done a reasonable job with this, right, and you know other people who are scratching and battling a bit with their business and they maybe need to be a bit more profitable, then share the darn video with them, right? But by all means also leave me your comments and your likes, because I always respond. All right, here we go. The first thing is, what are, and by the way, income producing activities? It depends who you're talking to. I'm not going to give you an exclusive list. I'm just going to give you 3 very simple ones, because they're coming from me. I like to keep things simple, right? But you need to have these under control, okay? And you do these before you do any other tasks. And the 3 things I'm talking about are this: creating traffic, capturing leads, and converting sales. Creating traffic, capturing leads, and converting sales. All 3 of those are directly responsible for driving income for you, okay? For example, let's take the converting sales aspect. That's really where you need to, for example, if you're spending time creating a sales page, then that's income producing activities. I accept that. If you're just doing a blog post, no, not necessarily, right? Although it can count as content, and it's a medium to long-term venture in getting sales, right? So one, in terms of converting sales, is a sales page. Secondly, having sales conversations, talking to people, okay? Following up with people. Critical you do those things, right? And if they are in your timetable, then you are not wasting your time. And it's going to make you, the chance of getting profitable, so much more. The next one was capturing leads, right? Now, obviously, some people think, oh, well, you don't need to capture leads because email marketing is dead now because social media messaging taken over. That is a lot of bunkum. Please don't believe that, right? You need to build yourself an email list. You need to capture leads. If you're spending time creating a lead capture page or a lead magnet, then that is valuable. That is potentially profitable for you, because you need to build your email list. Very important, okay? And because the other way you capture leads, to be quite frank with you, is to create value. I mean, for example, I'm doing this Facebook Live now. I am hoping to provide people with value. And what I get back from this are people who are messaging me, asking for my help, support, interest, in whatever it is with them. So this is one of my ways of capturing leads, right? Because it's creating content. And the last one, of course, was creating traffic. Well, you can do that like For example, rather than watching Facebook Lives, like thank you very much, you're watching me now, but rather than watching, creating your own Facebook Lives, right? Because that's going to generate potential traffic for you. And that's an organic approach. Or you can have the paid approach. We can use Facebook ads, we can use solo ads, whatever it is, okay? Be careful with solo ads, by the way. I think they could have had their day. Anyway, so create traffic, capture leads, and convert sales. They are the three key income producing activities that you need to have somewhere on your plate, all right? Now let's look quickly at to-do lists. And I said to you right up front, generally speaking, they don't work, okay? And this is the reason why they don't work. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have a to-do list. Don't get me wrong. I'm simply saying the way you use it is the key bit. The problem with most to-do lists is this. Firstly, overwhelm. I mean, you make this to-do list, right? And for one reason or another, whatever it may be, which we'll talk about in a minute, you don't get them all done, but there's more, so you keep adding them in and adding them in, and so your list goes from 5 to 10 to 50, whatever it is, and you've got this huge list of overwhelming things, okay? That scares the pants off you because you think, how in the heck am I going to do all this? So that's one problem with to-do lists. Secondly, they're usually not prioritized. I'm going to show you very quickly how to do that, okay? They're not prioritized. And thirdly, often they're a mixture, right, of your family task requirements and your business task requirements. And if that's the case, that can lead to a fair bit of confusion. On the other hand, okay, to-do lists are helpful. One, because it takes stuff out of your head, right, and put it, here's mine, right, and put it on paper. It actually reduces the stress levels because you haven't got to remember them anymore. And that's the second thing that's important about to-do lists, because it stops you from forgetting or overlooking particular tasks, right? And thirdly, this is a bit of a funny one, but I'm going to say it anyway, right? Thirdly, it makes you feel good because you actually feel like you're organized because you've done a to-do list. Now, a lot of people do their to-do list, but they don't do anything with it, but they still feel good, right? Because they've made a to-do list. Because someone said you need to do a to-do list, okay? Well, now, let me share this with you. If you've got a to-do list and you want to make it work and you want to be profitable, okay? Because if you've just got a to-do list and you're just looking at all this stuff, you're going to be as busy as a March hare, but you're not going to be making any money and you're not going to be profitable. So the first thing you need to do with your to-do list is categorize them and have a maximum of 7 or 8 categories, okay? Just put them into a category, lump them into categories. So if you've got 50 tasks, try and put them into, even better if you only have 5 or 6 categories, right? Try and do that. That's the first one. Put them into categories. Secondly, when you've got them into the categories, then put your best estimate in terms of how much time it's going to take you to do it. I mean, I've got these here, right? And I've got one here, I mean, it's today's day, etc., etc. And I've got a particular task and I've got 30 minutes. The next one, 15. Next one, 60 minutes, question mark. I mean, it's my best guess, my best estimate. You do the same thing for your categorized groups of tasks, right? Try and put a time factor on it, okay? Then the critical bit, prioritize them. Now, this is how I do it. This is based on a very well-known quadrant approach, okay? And I've been using it for years, and so did a former president of the United States, who I think probably invented it in the first place, right? To be quite frank, I can't remember which one it is. But these are the way you can prioritize your tasks. Once you've got them into categories, right? The first one is important and urgent. Important and urgent. They are the must-do. Okay. The second ones are not urgent, but they're still important. So they're the should-dos. The next ones are not important, but urgent. Okay. They're the ones you may do. Not important, but urgent. You may do those. And the last ones, of course, are not important and not urgent. Never do those. Give them to somebody else or get rid of them. Take them off your list. So they're the 4 groups that you can categorize the things in there. And be quite frank with you, you should be spending the vast majority of your time, if you want to be profitable, the vast majority of your time with the top two. And I'll give them again to you. Important and urgent. They're the must-do ones. And not urgent, but they're important. They're the should-do ones. They are the two that you should focus on, okay? Next one. Make sure then when you've got your priority tasks, you then add them to your calendar. And when you put them in your calendar, that's why I asked you before to put an appropriate, approximate time with it. Put the time factor into your calendar there. This is going to help focus you. This is going to make sure that you do it more effective than ever before, right? Please do that. Put them in your calendar, right? Next one, review the darn things. Don't just go on and on and on and on, because tasks change. Sometimes they're important and urgent, but sometimes they're not important and urgent. They may be this month or this week, but next week they're not. So constantly be reviewing so you're not wasting your time. You've got to prioritize the limited time you've got. That's my point. So review them. And I guess the key golden rule of all this planning, time management, and task assessments in order to be profitable, the key thing to make it realistic, right? Because that's what you need to do, right? Otherwise, you're never going to be profitable. It's just going to be all academic. The key thing is this. Never, ever plan more than 75% of your time. Okay? Never. Keep 25% up your sleeve, right? Because you never know when the proverbial hits the fan or family matters or whatever it is. Maximum 75%. That's what you need to do. So there you go. There are my thoughts in terms of being more profitable by allocating your tasks in the most appropriate way. My call to action for the day, by the way, is a video that you may find helpful and interesting. And if you are, message me, okay? Message me. And it's called 3 Awesome Action-Taking Tips. 3 Awesome Action-Taking Tips. It'll show you how to get off your butt and why you should get off your butt and what happens when you do it. I think you'll enjoy it, actually. It's a bit of fun. So there you go. I hope you found some help with that. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Please share this if you think someone can benefit from it, okay? Leave me a comment. I'll always respond to you. And reach out to me. Reach out to me if you need some help. I mean, that's what I'm here for goodness sake, right? Reach out to me. I'm not a time management expert, but I can share some ideas that will make you profitable. There you go. Until next time, all the best from Thailand. Take care. Bye for now.